Hey everybody, Jack here, Squealing Pig Guitars. I'm here today with the maestro Ben Keatley.
Hey guys, thank you for everyone who has been watching our videos lately. We've got some really good feedback on our first guitar haul and our first videos. And a big thank you to everyone who bought a guitar last week. We sold quite a lot last week, which was awesome, wasn't it, Jack?
Yeah, it's good. It's all good.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look at what candy we've got today.
Yeah. So we've got another guitar haul video for today. I've got some really nice guitars, got some quite unusual ones as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
So let's check out the first guitar. So, what have we got here? Oh my god, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
look at that. We've got a lovely PRS Custom 24 with a beautiful three-tone sunburst finish, but guess what? A solid rosewood neck. So this is, as you can tell probably by the writing on the headstock, it's an earlier PRS from the early noughties, right? Yeah, and as we were kind of saying, these solid rosewood necks are quite rare these days. It's now actually only a wood library option. So basically for this guitar you're getting a great value, essentially a wood library guitar, but for like $3,000 instead of the big prices that you pay for today. Player's perspective, I mean, this neck is only lightly oiled, so it's really smooth. You can definitely get really easily up to the high frets. It is a 24, so you get a cool little owl there. But yeah, it's a really good condition guitar. There's no real scratches on it. Plays really nice, good low action. So yeah, it's good for a shredder or anyone really.
Yeah. Give it a flex at the camera because it's got a lovely quilt on it, this one. Yeah, flex it out.
It's got a lot of dance in the quilt.
Yeah. So I've got a goodie to show you now, fan favourite. Perhaps one of my favourite guitars of all time, this one. So, you can probably guess by the case. Let's have a quick look. So like I said, this is one of my favourite guitars of all time. Don't get many of these in. So here we have Fender Strat Plus, but not any Fender Strat Plus, the Fender Strat Plus Deluxe and a 40th anniversary. So with the 40th anniversary ones, you get like a nice little medallion on the headstock there. I don't know if you can see that. And you also get a cool neck plate which says 40 years and still rocking on it. How cool is that? But yeah, there really is a lot to talk about with this guitar. They were originally introduced in 1987, 1988. There is some debate as to when they were produced because there was that sort of transition from Dan Smith factory, the Fullerton plant, to Corona. But the consensus is that it was sort of like around that period anyway. But yeah, this is a Fender Strat Plus Deluxe, which was introduced I think around 1990. The Fender Strat Plus series was introduced a few years before. But yeah, it's a really cool guitar. Like I said, it's a fan favourite for good reason. You do get a lot for your money. Various things going on with this guitar, including TBX control. It was actually as well the first guitar that Fender produced with the locking tuners on. Which is quite an interesting fact. And it went down really well, as did the lace sensors. Dom Lace started introducing these around 1987, and they really took off because they're one of the first sort of like noiseless pickups that they did at the time. And this one's all original, and it's in amazing condition, absolutely amazing condition. I don't come across many of these in this condition at all, so really nice guitar. I was absolutely amazed when I saw this in the condition it was. So.
Missed up a latch. Happens to us all. But yeah, here we basically have a stunning R8 from 1997. So an earlier custom shop model. And as you can see obviously from the top, you've got this absolutely stunning lemon burst finish with so much dance in it, right? It's kind of flamed and quilted at the same time.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of cross grain as well. Really dark rosewood fretboard and a nice kind of rounded C shape. But yeah, and then we have basically the standard. Are these burst buckets or the custom?
I haven't took them out to check, but they should be 57s. But there is a chance that they're burst buckets.
Yeah, but this is just really nice condition. It's not Voss or anything, it's completely clean, which is a really nice touch. So, you know, there's no scratch on that at all if you just want to look at the condition. And as you'd expect for Les Paul, we have the kind of standard appointments. You know, you've got your tunematic bridge drilled straight in, the ABR one, standard tailpiece, and then your Cluson deluxe tuners. But yeah, so what do we have here, Jack?
So, what do you think we've got?
Acoustic.
So, acoustic guitar. What could it be? What could it be?
Yeah, very nice case. This quite unique.
I don't normally buy acoustic guitars, but when I see one of these, I've got to get one because it's so unique. So, take it out.
Yeah, let's go have a look at this one.
Have you seen anything like that in your life?
It's like a medieval totem pole.
Yeah. Look at that case as well. Look how cool that case is. So yeah, lovely green velvet case. But yeah, this one is Parker acoustic guitar. Many of you may know Parker guitars because he's quite famous for the Parker Fly that he did. But Ken Parker started building guitars at a very young age. I was reading about him actually. His first guitar was a guitar when he was 13, 14. He built a little guitar out of cardboard. But his designs are fantastic. I mean, the Parker Fly is very popular. He's got quite a nice bit of history about how he collaborated with, I think it's Larry Fishman to build the first PZO for sort of like their Parker Fly range. But with regards to the acoustic guitars that he's done various arch top ranges, and this one's I think it's a P8 series. But yeah, they're just really funky and they're just incredibly good value for money.
And for the money, look at that flame maple on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you got that on a custom shop guitar, it'd be like 4 to 5 grand, whereas this is quite affordable, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's 1,200 quid. I mean, I've played acoustic guitars which 4 or 5 grand that don't play as well as this. This is definitely one of the best acoustic guitars I've ever played for the money. Really, really, really nice.
Hey guys, so we have another Gibson here. This time we've got an R9 this time, so a little bit different. I'll come and sit down here so you can see the beautiful finish. So another lemon burst finish, but as you can see here, this is just quilt maple heaven, essentially. Really deep figuring here, hopefully that catches in the light well. Very equal top. And yeah, we actually bought this one last week, didn't we, Jack, after going back from the Birmingham Guitar Show, which was really cool. And hopefully you can see that vlog on our YouTube very soon. But yeah, I got this for a really good deal. As you can see here, it's got a little bit of wear marks, got a bit of belt buckle there, but it's all love really. Here we've got the standard Gibson deluxe tuners. Yeah, it's in pretty decent condition, I'd say. You got not really any marks on the top of the finish. The rosewood fretboard is looking nice as well.
So this is a PRS Custom 22 signature. And forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong. I think it's Al Di Meola. Yeah. And Al's been a good friend of Paul Reed Smith for a long time. They go way back. And this was actually one of Paul Reed Smith's first signature guitars that he did, even before Santana. So yeah, it's quite an interesting fact. But yeah, Al's well known for his sort of like flamenco, classical sort of palm muting style of playing. He's got like a bit of, I think he comes from like an Italian family. He's well known for that song, Mediterranean Sundance, which I might get you to try and play later.
He's an absolute beast at the alternate picking. You know, fast.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the cool thing about this guitar, what attracted me was the finish. And like I said, the finish is actually what they call a prism finish, which is more or less sort of like a rainbow sort of effect. And it was the first, it actually set precedents for these fade finishes that they do. So yeah, this was one of the first fade finish guitars that anyone ever saw on the market. But yeah, it's just cool looking. I have seen quite a lot of these where the colours look a bit blotchy, they aren't sort of like, they don't transition into each other that well. But this one's actually really nice, it's got a nice flame maple top on it.
Yeah, what's really nice about this one is on the mahogany back, it's got even like a nice little bit of figuring in it. It's got a very dark neck. But yeah, in terms of condition, this is pretty much perfect. I mean, with all these PRSs, you do tend to find that you get a little bit of scratching on the back plate, but apart from that, the condition's really good. Yeah. This is quite a, I'd say a thicker, on the thicker side for a PRS maybe. It's quite ovally. So this one is a custom 22. It's quite an earlier one. As we were just saying, it has a rotary knob, which is quite unique for this era. I think he did this basically to be able to get the sounds that custom 24s have now with the split pickups and like the more Strat style tones. So you've got lots of capability there. It's on this kind of tangerine reddish type finish. We don't actually have a name for it, but in person it's got kind of a blotchy kind of look with the quilt maple.
Yeah.
But yeah, really nice dark fingerboard and mother pearl inlays, and it's in really, really good condition apart from some scratching on the back. But yeah, Jack, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, it's a lovely guitar. I'm a big fan of these early PRSs. It's got the infamous Dragon pickups in. I think these are Dragon 2, which are sort of slightly hotter than Path pickups. So anyone quite suited to like erratic style of playing. But like you said, Ben, the rotary switch, a bit like Marmite. I really hate it. Do you like it?
I've never tried one, but it's a bit like the 330s, Gibson. With the rotaries. Yeah, I mean you can get like the split coil and out of phase stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Strat style tones instead of a 5-way blade, but I don't know. It's kind of you love it or you hate it.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, this will be once this is clean, this will be up for sale. Yeah, so it's just nice to have an early PRS in really. But yeah, nice guitar. So last but not least,
lovely dramatic opening there. So this is the final guitar for today's episode. So basically an American Professional 2 Fender Stratocaster. So obviously everyone knows what a Strat is. 3 pickups, double cutaway, maple net with either maple fretboard. But what makes this unique is the contoured heel. So you can see there, basically recessed heel so you can get to the higher frets a lot easier. Satin finish neck, so you get through very easily. We have the modern style tuners, so they're not like the vintage ones. You just go straight through. String tree for good tuning stability to get the tension over the nut. And yeah, in terms of pickups, we have the V-Mod 2 pickups, and the radius is a 9.5, right? So you still get the playability of like a vintage Strat, so it's not really flat. 2-point tremolo, which in my opinion are a lot more, these particular models to stay in tune a lot better because it just sits on a knife edge. Anything else? We've got a tap, haven't we here? Oh, yeah, a push.
We've got a push pull.
I don't know what that does. What does that do, Joe?
It gives it another more tone option basically.
Okay, fair enough.
So it gives you, I think it's the boost, isn't it?
Lovely Fender Stratocaster in very good condition. 75th anniversary, that's still on the back of
Yeah, 75th anniversary. Yeah, lovely guitar, really user friendly as well. I'm a big fan. I mean, I play Strats, I know you play Gibsons quite a bit, but.
Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.